Okay, quick Tuesday morning radar update. So, let's just get on the right page to start with. Gap up this morning. Let's let this gap fill just drift back into the area we expect it to drift to, and see if it can find a little bit of strength and towards the US Open. Quick jump into what's been through results in my portfolio today. SDI. So look like a small miss on the pre-tax and a small beat on the turnover to me at a quick glance. Don't quote me on that because I didn't. I literally looked at the flashing green boxes. Didn't even read the RNS. Doesn't matter to me. It's in trail mode. It will do what it wants to do. Looks like it's turning up from here today. Trying to turn up. We'll see it on the swing screens tonight if it does. We've talked about this messy base and this being a normal area to visit, mean trend. So that is that. Yeah, it's nice to see green today. On the other side of the equation, CER just bouncing on mean trend today. So I'd like to say I expect this one to. Well, I always expect this one to come into this area. Last time it was visited this area was down here. It had a fantastic run. It went up 120%. Virtually in a straight line from the last time it visited mean trend. So, to think that stocks don't back and fill is, flat earth thinking, isn't it? So let's move on from there. Nothing really to mention on there apart from yesterday was that day where everything seems to go down together. We're getting a bounce today. It doesn't mean the bottom's in, but the screens will bring up every stock, every big winner out of this pullback. In the future, the stocks will go through the screens on every evening session, so we will see them all. The trick is just to relax and apply risk to the best ones on your list. Let's go into today's volume leaders. I think I did a pretty in-depth look through the markets last night and yesterday. So if you're interested in my opinions on the markets, just go back to yesterday's radar update. Let's have a look what's on today. It is 9:56. We should have traded 23% to be on average volume. Not that many on the large caps. I know the small. I've had a look already. The small caps have a few more. I'm seeing a few REITs. Few banks, investment banking and brokers. Hard to get used to these new sectors. Nothing really clearly jumping out there. Beverages, there's a couple of those in this one as well. Let's have a look what's on volume today. Lloyd's back into that sort of mean trend area. Last time it threw a swing opportunity from mean trend was this one here, and it went a lot further than you'd expect, but that's pretty good swing move in my world. Britvic. I'll just punch out the psychology of where I do business and where most people do business and where all the stories and everything hit the tape. I will point out over and over again, stories are written about things what are starting to do well, and it's all whatever, will it continue all in, but low risk entries are found in efficient stocks for me in pullback areas. And I don't buy anything into sort of just pure weakness. You know, I wait for them to hit my end of day screens and then I evaluate it from there. But you know, this is reward to risk in an uptrend. If the uptrend continues, the reward to risk area is going to be, I'll just show you on this little market move here, from pullbacks. You know, that's where you get reward to risk. Sometimes trends continue a long way and you think, you know, just buy it whenever, it's going up, it's going up. But this will lose you money over, you know, out of, say, the next 20 opportunities you kind of do that, it will lose you money hand over fist. Buying on a pullback in an efficient market, you know, it will work in your favour rather than work against you. The key to everything is only trading in direction of the trend from a pullback. So doesn't mean that one will hold up there. Just as we go through these screens, that is the mindset I approach the screens with. Breakouts in sort of growth stocks, pullbacks in efficient stocks. If you're interested in that, I've gone in depth in the share scope tutorials I've done. So I'll just buzz through these, and CVSG, just strong, likable, fantastic. VLX, so I have a position in this. It's a very normal area. It looks like the right side of a base is building there. I went a bit off piece with my ad rules and it didn't work in my favour that time, but by ignoring this stick and I did add up here. So I bought here and I added here. So underwater on that one. Bizarre in a pullback. This one's kind of a lose more scenario. It needs to get its it just won't, it's not going to pass a growth screen, is it? IPF. I need to fly through these and get into the small caps. So you'll know that, you know, when you've bought something, everything seems fantastic, and then all of a sudden it goes into a pullback. You know, that is what we're talking about. Tune continues. It's not even, you know, I'll just punch it in the GTRS. Tune. It's still number 15 in the GTRS, and you know, 100% on the technicals. Obviously, it will be, but gas in the tank. Not a favourite of mine when that one went through, but being proved totally wrong. GTRS said it was a good stock. I just didn't have. Not a great fan on that sector, but you know, it didn't stop it working out fine, did it? Halfords, same again. You know, trail mode. Anyone who took it at trading basis will be trailing a winner on this. This was the last time we looked at it from a mean trend area of interest. That was the last time. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, first pullback. And it was a kind of very small basis on this one. Pullback, moves to new highs, trail. The noise on this stock has been unbelievable. People pumping it. You know, I find it bad karma for me to pump the life out of things I'm holding. You know, I always think it's going to bite me in the ass if I do that. So I try not to do that. I try and just preach process. So you know, all the way through this area, people have been pumping the life out of this stock. What's it do? Trades like stocks trade. It just comes back into mean trend. You know, it does what stocks will always do. So stocks will trade like stocks, no matter what my opinion is, or Edward Treetop's off Twitter. Edward Trito. AIM cash machine. UPGS just coming into a normal area. Cape in a normal area. Those who are riding this one, you know, if it moves back above this level here, you know, it will be a good place to trail from my sort of methodology anyway. Threw a swing point a while ago, didn't it? A few weeks ago, and it hasn't budged since. And this one we sold into the sort of bid, didn't we, on that one? So that's what's in the large caps. Moving on again. I need to get a shuffle on. Already 10 minutes in. Far too long spent on these screens. 23%, 24% in now. Just bring it in line a little bit. No, 23 is right. I can get through those. 23% to be on average volume. What we're seeing in... I'd just say a healthy mix today. So let's buzz through these. AXS, mean trend. ALU, looked like a fat finger to me. Just fat finger trade. It came about 30% off closing highs there. It's pretty normal. You know, you will still, very thin small caps like this will trade that area, and only strangled trades will have been knocked out of that, I think. CTO. Lit, normal retrace. Coco, normal retrace. CLG, hardly retraced, has it? SDG, swing point off mean trend area. That's... we'll see what hits the end of day screens rather than me wasting too much time in these ones. Mean trend area, mean trend area. This one obviously a POS. We're in the metals, so a GATC off main trend. FEN continues. You know, it's a very boring area, but it's you know, they're pretty thin numbers, but we know where it is on the GTRS, don't we? Unbelievable. Jarvis. So this one, I think it's decelerating, but it's, you know, it went from the top 3 in the GTRS did Jim. Obviously it's moved out of that GARP slingshot sort of area, and it's decelerating on its forward numbers after a big tick up. You know, it was accelerating, now it's decelerating is what I'm trying to say. So it's just a hold. If you're riding that trend, you know, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, could be a stage 4 in the making, might just break out and go off on its journey. If you're holding that trend, you know, you're making good money. It's keep trailing those winners. That's the game. Boom obviously got that bid yesterday. I'll just buzz through these pretty fast. SAR, no forward on that one either. Jewel, this one's a return, kind of recovery, return to profit, return to growth. Stage 1, stage 2, first retrace after that stage 2. SOS, it's a lose less scenario, this one. So obviously it's not racing off like the growth ones are, but you wouldn't expect it either. And dark. It was an IPO first retrace. That one was, wasn't it? It wouldn't pass the growth screen. It would be sort of probably accelerating on the turnover, this one. Not even that. Decelerating on the turnover. you know, it's doing fine, but you tend to get a run on these IPOs, and then they go, hang on a minute, you know, let's settle down a bit and see where the growth's going to come from. Quarterly numbers look pretty good, but the year on year, not so. Doesn't matter, you know. Low risk entry was this day here. Okay, that I'm going to just cut that there, and rather than chase intraday prices, I'm just going to see how the day plays out and see what's on the end of day screens. Okay.